there are some key principles in learning Hindi language. And before you directly jump into the grammar, if you know the higher level principles about how Hindi language operate with respect to the other language, it will simplify, your Hindi language journey significantly. And that's why the last week's session was also, we covered three principles. In this class, we learn some more new principles about Hindi language. And I firmly believe that having gone through these sort of principles, it will make your journey much easier. Next one, okay? Hindi agreement of your sort of the verb conjugation. Hindi also, for the most part, you'll find it very easy. वह जाता है, वे जाते हैं. So for singular, वह, you will remove the in jana, you'll remove the na and you'll put ta, right? वह जाता and you will simply say है. When it is plural, ve, jana is the verb, you remove the na and you put te and the nasalized hai. Okay. So in every sentence, the verb just follows the subject. That's a common perception that should happen, not just so everything based on the subject, you should, conjugate the verb accordingly. That's the generally as we go through the tenses, that's what people develop the understanding. However, as we hit the past, perfective tenses or past indefinite tense, this understanding gets challenged. Okay. And, so when you learn about the past tense in Hindi, especially when you're learning about the transitive verb, I read the book and I read the books in English, right? I mean, so for one book, you will say, I read a book or the book, and I read the books, right? In Hindi, you will say, मैंने किताब पढ़ी versus मैंने किताबें पढ़ी. Okay? So regardless of the subject, okay? Regardless of the subject, you will notice that the ending, padhi and padhi, it's changed. Okay? And why is that? Yeah? So the subject is blocked with this ne. So the verb is getting influenced by the kitab, the book. Okay? So when you read one book, it's like maine kitab padhi. It's a feminine singular. When you have this one, kitabein padhi, it's books. So that's why it's getting changed. Yeah? The next one is, it's Hindi basically thinks in pattern. Okay? Not word by word translation. Okay? The more phrases you hear, the more phrases you will use on a day-to-day basis. Your mind will sort of move away from translating it word by word. It helps, don't get me wrong, it helps when you translate it, but the sooner you move away from that, it will help your journey much better. Okay? So Hindi is very good, adamant about that also, that, once you start using or seeing the phrase as it is, it'll make it much easier, right? I mean, so that way, so some examples would be, now I have understood, अब मुझे समझ में आया. Okay? And same thing, मुझे भूख लग रही है versus मुझे प्यास लग रही है. Okay? और मुझे नींद आ रही है. If you were to just hear it as it is, which is मुझे नींद आ रही है, मुझे भूख लग रही है, okay? मुझे थकान लग रही है. You will get used to this pattern itself. Okay, that it means I am hungry or I'm falling sleepy. Okay, or I'm getting tired. And you will notice that a lot of these sentences are just following this structure, which is you have मुझे and then lag raha hai, lag rahi hai. In between, you have bhook, which is hunger, need, which is sleep, or thakan, which is tired. Right? So don't translate it will okay, you will be able to do it in a lot of the cases, but don't translate these words by words. Okay. So the more pattern you will notice, the more pattern you will know, it'll be much easier. Then it will become part of your sort of just like how you will speak your own native language. Okay. Right? We'll learn to the next one, okay, which is Hindi is comfortable with ambiguity. Okay. So, and you will notice that on a day-to-day basis, Hindi speakers use a lot of compound verbs on a day-to-day basis. And we'll learn about compound verbs, where you have two verbs who are doing the magic together. Okay. So at a lot of times you will notice that there is no subject in a sentence. Okay. And there is no object. Okay. And they will omit a lot of things, the Hindi speakers, right? So, and examples would be, I'm in a setting, my kid, my wife, and I come in the room and I'll say, chalo. Okay. I'm not going to say hum chalenge because chalo is, chalna is, to walk or to go in the sense, right? But like when I say chalo, it's imperative, which is let's go, right? So when I say let's go, you can translate it, but as a phrase, when you hear chalo, sometimes it might challenge you that what is happening here. I don't see any subject. I don't see any object. I just hear, a verb said in a certain way. Okay. Similarly, you will hear, compound verb like kar liya, okay, which is like I have completed the work, okay, or ho gaya, I have finished, it's done, okay, or dekhenge, we will see. These are just examples of it, right? But it will make more sense in a given context when it is being spoken, okay. So in Hindi, context does a lot of setting for you and work for you. That's why one of my goal would be for this year to bring a lot of context. So you have a context given to you, okay, and then when things are said in that context, it should make sense to you, basically. It's actually next one only, right? Um, so Hindi lives from a spoken to the written spectrum, basically. And this question that you just asked, it's a very common one. What are we studying primarily? Okay. Will be covering mostly the neutral and educated spoken Hindi. Okay. What we mostly teach in the class, basically. You will hear the words that are used in a colloquial Hindi as well, but will not be able to pick up a lot of regional dialect, which varies from region to region. And similarly, there is a track where you just covered the formal literary Hindi, which are used in poetry, a lot of time in the newspaper as well, in his speeches, political speeches, in religious textbooks. It's a lot more formal. Okay. So we will strive to, find a balance, and you will hear the neutral, educated spoken, in Hindi, basically, right? So what you're hearing basically kya haal hai versus aap kaise hain, they are in the center basically. Okay, you can still pick up the local dialect about where you are in India, right? And then see how people are greeting each other. It will vary, just like in the US when you go from one region or in any other part of the world. When you go from one region to another region, how you are greeting another person may vary, right? Um, so it's sort of not written in the principles. It's sort of a bonus principle that you will sort of like see, right? Last one, and I will jump to the conversational part, which is basically Hindi will reward listening and imitation more than the analysis. The more you hear, whether it is you're hearing a podcast or watching an episode without subtitles, you will develop the muscle memory of like sort of hearing like some certain verbs, certain phrases a lot more. Okay, as in sort of the curious student, it's a natural for you to dissect a lot of things, and that should happen also in some level, right? But over the time, once you kind of done that part, you'll benefit more when you're like, okay, that's how it is done. Let me sort of like, see how these are, same, the native speakers are using it, right? And just like this is same as English and other world languages, right? In English also, like you become more fluent or fluent long before you could even explain the grammar. Just like the kids, right? They learn to speak first, and then in their higher elementary and middle school, they learn about the grammar of it, right? So if you feel something sounds right in Hindi, okay, when you're saying it, your intuition is correct. Okay. So, don't second guess yourself in a lot of situations when you're like, okay, I said because it came to me naturally. Now I'm thinking, doing the grammar analysis of it. And it happens a lot when you when you study a lot of grammar, basically, then your sort of mind starts shifting it, right? So you have to find a balance there, basically. So pani is used for water on a day-to-day basis. But if you go to water stations, they will say jal. Okay, pretty fast. Now we'll jump on to the conversation or how you sort of dissect an image or a situation. Okay, this was deliberately a bit hard, and it's okay to have a hard situation in front of you and you still make smaller sentences. Okay, so try not to like jump to the longer sentences directly. This is what we discussed last week, where I showed you the image. Okay, you have to dissect the image, and you will speed it up slowly, but it's okay to be slow right now, where you scan the image, you dissect what are the different nouns, vocabulary words that you see in this image, what are the different subjects or pronouns you see in this image. Okay, are there any active verbs? Okay, then you gradually make the sentences. What are the new words you see? Forget about the sentences. If you were to just look at the image, what are the new vocabulary words that you had to educate yourself on when you saw this image? Okay, suraksha is even at your or current level, if you were to just say and I'm gonna give the pattern which we even if you were to just say yeh and hai and vah hai, that itself is fine, which is nothing but this is and that is. You can, in between, you can just use the English words and that's totally acceptable. Or even if you were to just say yahan hai, and wahan. You want to make a guess what that is? Yahan and wahan? That's right, here and there. Like restroom wahan hai, snacks yahan hai. Safety instructions card kahan hai? As a passenger, I'm asking you, uh, or if I'm asking you, oxygen mask kahan hai? Yeah, oxygen mask wahan hai. But now, what other simple things you notice? You know how you have exit, and you will read the word there, nikas, which is like a more formal one, ni, ka with a, and then nikas. So emergency is apatkaleen. ये है व्यापारी is businessman, व्यापारी लोग is business people. Okay, so ये एक हवाई जहाज है, हवाई जहाज में व्यापारी लोग बैठे हैं. Okay, like business people are sitting in the plane, right? I mean, दो आदमी white shirts पहने हुए हैं. You can say that two people are sort of, or two men are wearing the white shirt. So the verb is sunna, but she can say suniye, which is please listen. She can say dekhiye, which is please notice or please watch. The verb is dekhna. But from an air hostess perspective, one of the key thing is learning about imperative, how you make requests to people. So to tie a seatbelt would be very good. Bandhiye. Bandhiye is please tie your seatbelt. Seatbelt bandhiye. Okay. Safety instruction सुनिए. सेफ्टी इंस्ट्रक्शन कार्ड देखिए. सीट बेल्ट बांधिए. लगाइए. Okay, लगाइए is to put the safety mask, or you can say पहनिए. पहनिए. Beautiful. Okay, so that would be to open would be, yeah, beautiful. खोलिए. Beautiful. You need to know, if you know the words right away, you can just convert them into imperatives. And that's a polite way of requesting, like suniye, देखिए, बांधिए, लगाइए, पहनिए, खोलिए. Okay. Or DGA. If she's collecting the trash, it's DGA. Okay. What else? Anything else? Yeah, बैठिए. Beautiful. What do you think? To turn down something would be बंद करना, and that would become, yeah. So बंद करना is the verb because it's irregular. बंद करना. It becomes बंद कीजिए. Right? So turn off the light. कृपया light बंद कीजिए. ओके. कृपया खिड़की बंद कीजिए, और द विंडो, कृपया विंडो बंद कीजिए. ब्यूटिफुल. बंद कीजिए. राइट. टर्न ऑफ योर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डिवाइसेस. अपने इलेक्ट्रॉनिक इक्विपमेंट्स को और लैपटॉप को बंद
Yeah.
कीजिए. या, और यू कैन से एयरप्लेन मोड में स्विच कीजिए. या, टॉवल्स लीजिए. यू कैन ऑल्सो से लॉट ऑफ चाहना ऑल्सो यू कैन यूज, लाइक आप क्या, आपको क्या चाहिए टाइप. बट होपफुली विल कवर इट इन नेक्स्ट सेंटेंस. ओके. ब्यूटीफुल. एयर होस्टेस सभी को सुरक्षा के नियम समझा रही है. I know it's kind of hard to translate everything, but it's okay. Even if it means that you are just listening to some keywords, that's totally fine. And my hope is over time we'll move away from that, like, the translation part of it. We will, for next class, and I'm going to post it as well. The topic I have is rather simple. Okay, it's basically a person's routine. Okay. And they are going to talk about their daily routine, right? And you will notice that we will slowly go over the grammar part of it as well. But it's like really a person, when they wake up, when they brush their teeth and they're reading, you don't have to stick to these images. You can extrapolate it, and you can talk about other things. Okay. But like things that they do in a routine manner, so you can definitely see the use of the present indefinite tense here. Okay. So that's what we'll do in the next Sunday class. All of you will have an opportunity to talk about your own routine in Hindi.